Now, my rules are, when I tell a story, you cannot talk at all. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful and bright princess named Hymera who lived during nonsensical days. Meet Hymera. Things were often turned around and upside down so that what should be and what had to occur were often switched. No matter how chaotic things got, Princess Hymera often thought, and this is where you're going to help me, every time I say often thought or think, you are going to say, I will give it my best. See the signs? They'll help you. See them over there? Let's try it out. Princess Hymera often thought, thank you, very nice. During one particular week, when the entire world should be celebrating the upcoming splendors of springtime, a dragon roamed the countryside. Meet the dragon. Can you give us a roar, dragon? Holy moly, I'm a little bit afraid. This dragon, he had once been tamed, and in some ways he had served a purpose and did some good, but he had grown and grown and grown until he was completely out of control. Can you be out of control, dragon? He's out of control. I'm a little worried. The dragon was so fierce, and we know that about him, that when he wanted to destroy the beautiful countryside of HES, he would often think, pretty good. Hymera and the dragon came face to face on the first day of the week, and she said hello to him.
Hello, dragon.
The dragon roared. Princess Hymera wanted to know why the dragon was so scary.
Why are you so scary?
Well, ISTEP the dragon pointed out his name tag that says ISTEP. He says, ISTEP stands for, are you ready? I gotta find where I was. I'm supposed to eat people. Yep, that's what it says. But they call me ISTEP for short. Princess Hymera wanted to know who set him loose and for what purpose. My job here, the dragon said, is to see if your teachers measure up, and he gave it another roar. Hymera thought out loud to measure up. Well, that will always depend on how many things more. That will always depend on so many things more than you, dragon, the princess said. However, if we must deal with you, now you know this is Hymera talking, we certainly are not going to let you defeat and devour us. How would you devour us with your roar, dragon? I'm not scared of ISTEP, are you? No. Hey, you know why I'm not scared? We have been well prepared for ISTEP. And the princess thought, I will give it my best. And so the battle began. ISTEP began throwing questions at the princess. Fight him, princess, fight him. Some questions were very easy. Wow. ISTEP thought, I will give it my best. That in this way, he could make Princess Hymera let down her guard. However, the princess had listened well to her teachers and parents, and she had protected herself with layers of armor, knowing that her first layer of armor involved sleep, and that sleep was truly a magical thing. Back away, ISTEP. Next, she added help us out, nutritious breakfast. There's our shield right there. Along came poor ISTEP. His name's falling off. He is falling apart. Along came comfortable clothing. Back away, ISTEP. Back away, ISTEP. There he goes. Lastly, Hymera had a confident, cheerful attitude. Hymera was always a person who agreed with thinking. I will give it my best. As ISTEP continued to roar louder, he tried to give some really hard questions, but he was out. Hymera knew that she could not fall prey to the dragon's trickery. She would have to, listen to this, read, reread, and sometimes read again. Right? You know that? Choices that were designed to throw her off bombarded her from all sides. She thought, I will give it my best. The princess fought hard against guessing or making a quick choice, even though she desired to move ahead and quickly in the ordeal, because ISTEP is not a race. She battled through the tedious details, sorting out irrelevant facts, hanging like vines, waiting to entrap her. In the back of her mind, she could hear Mrs. Baker, Mrs. Redmond, Mrs. Wells, Mrs. Hunt, Mr. Fig, and Dr. Jenkins' encouraging words, so small and distant now against the roar that seemed to invade her senses. I need a roar. But she still thought, that was the advice that all of her teachers had given her, so she thought again. That's what Mrs. Baker said. Then she thought again. That's what Mr. Fig had said. But she thought again. That's what Mrs. Hunt had said. But she thought even again. That's what Mrs. Redmond had said. But she thought even again. That's what Mrs. Wells had said. But wait. Let me make sure I got everyone. Oh no. Finally, she thought, because those were the wise words of the princess, Dr. Jenkins, that we're calling Hymera today. Oh no, ISTEP responded. I'd like to hear no, dragon.
Oh no.
Oh no. One's best is the only thing that can defeat ISTEP. And it almost did. But the battle did not end there, my friends. ISTEP continues to sneak back into our buildings, trying to defeat us. But he cannot, as long as we use our brains to think.